Good morning, everybody. I appreciate you all coming today. I'm Ken Halloy, president of Halloy Boy Sports Marketing, based in Columbus, Ohio. And I'm proud to announce today that the nation's most anticipated high school football doubleheader is coming to Manatee County September 16th. State bragging rights are on the line as a pair of New Jersey high school football powers, including the nation's #1 ranked team, clash against two of Florida's premier programs in the inaugural Manatee Memorial Hospital Challenge, Suncoast Challenge. The games will take place on Joe Canaan Field at Hawkins Stadium in Bradenton, Florida on Friday, September 16th. Kickoff game 1 is at 6 o'clock. The opening game is a doozy, to say the least. The nation's consensus choice to win its second national title in 3 years, the Don Bosco Prep Ironmen, will face our event host, the Manatee Hurricanes, which are ranked as high as #6 in one national poll. Folks in these parts have been waiting for this game a long, long time, to say the least. For those of you who scan the high school football websites, you already know this game has been ranked one of the top 2 or 3 games in the country this season, and we're thrilled to have gotten it together down here. Coaching legends collide as Don Bosco's Greg Toll and Manatee's Joe Canaan each enter their 27th season with more than 500 wins combined. I'll repeat that, 500 wins. Actually, it's like 511. The nightcap of the Manatee Memorial Hospital Suncoast Challenge should be a thriller as well. When you think of New Jersey high school football, 2 names come to mind. One is obviously Don Bosco, and the other is located just a few miles down the road, and just so happens to be Bosco's arch rival. Tradition-rich Bergen Catholic will take on emerging national power HB Plant High out of Tampa. While our first game features a pair of coaching legends, our second game just may have 2 legends in the making. You okay with that?
I can do my job. Okay.
All right. The Plant Panthers have won 3 state titles in the last 5 years under Coach Robert Weiner, while the Bergen Catholic Crusaders won 10 games a year ago and advanced the state title under the direction of first-year coach Nunzio Campanelli. And so the scene is set for an incredible night of football right here in Bradenton. As you can imagine, there are just a ton of people and organizations responsible for making this kind of event happen. And I'm just lucky enough to be up here and being the one to get to brag about it. You know, when you fly teams across the country, several thousands of miles, obviously everybody wonders how you pull this off financially. And in every event I've ever done, you've got to have a great core title sponsor. And a few weeks ago, when I had the opportunity to sit down with Vernon Desir, marketing director of the hospital, it was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. He just smiled at me and he said, "Ken, this is the kind of stuff we love here in Bradenton, and this is the perfect kind of event that Manatee Memorial Hospital loves to sponsor." So I shouldn't have been surprised by his reaction, since Manatee's been a big community supporter here for, what, nearly 60 years now? So 60 years. So I'm very, very grateful for their support, and please know this does not happen without Manatee Memorial Hospital. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you at this time the man in charge of making it all happen here, Manatee Memorial Hospital Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Kevin DeLallo.
I will be very brief, that you can get to the heart of the matter today, to have these great guys here in town. Just a little history from talking to some of the coaches as we got here. I'm native of New Jersey, so when I went to high school, I played against Don Bosco and Bergen Catholic, so know them both. It was many years ago. As I mentioned, I'm attending my 35th high school reunion this week, so I think some things I'm sure have changed at both schools. But congratulations, guys, for rising in the polls and being so prominent in the nation with high school football. Being a native New Jerseyan from the Garden State, I'll point out a few things to you guys that you're here. The trees behind me are palm trees. They don't exist in the Garden State, but they are native to Florida, so please enjoy them while you're down here. We're just thrilled to have you guys here and to participate in this event. Manatee County is a wonderful county, as you'll find out. It's a great place not only to come play football, but a great place to vacation as well. So please take advantage of everything you can while you're in town here. You'll find the people here that are very engaging, and you'll find that it's a great place to live, work, play, and play football as well. Manatee Memorial, as you know, has been around for almost 60 years. It was built in 1953. It has been the healthcare leader in this market for many, many years, and it provides a comprehensive array of healthcare services to this community and communities that surround us. So certainly if you need any services, please don't hesitate to call Vernon Desir, who can get it done for you. So we're just pleased and proud to participate in this event. I run a hospital, but I also participate in a team of running a family. And in that family, I do have 3 boys that all play Division I sports. So as I was telling some of the coaches before we got up here, I know the role that you guys play in developing young people in every community that you work with. So just want to congratulate you on what you do for the youth and for the sports in the United States and promoting that as they move forward. Giving these guys the opportunity to get to college, giving these guys the opportunity to get scholarships, and the things you do with working with these young athletes is amazing. So I want to congratulate you guys in how you do that. I'm going to let you get to the heart of the matter. You want to talk to these guys and interview. I want to welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. And guys, play well and do great on the field. Thank you.
As I mentioned, there are a lot of people behind the scenes that make this happen. And I'll tell you, Manatee County couldn't have gotten luckier when Joe Pickett became the Florida Gulf Coast Sports Commissioner back in 1999. Joe has helped me in so many ways over the last few months, and I'm very, very grateful, especially meeting all the movers and shakers here and getting a lot of people to back the event. When Joe and I met several months ago, he shared with me a vision for the future of Manatee County and sporting events and the like, and I got very excited. In fact, the moving van's in my driveway right now, so if I could ever get used to this heat, and so forth. But I'm really glad to be able to call you a friend now, Joe. And if you would be so kind, come up and say a few words. The Commissioner of the Florida Gulf Coast Association, Joe Pickett.
One of the things that is true in Manatee County is our good old-fashioned hometown hospitality, tradition, and vision. And we're so excited today to be here, but more than that, to have this event here in our community. Both my kids are Manatee High School graduates. Both of them played high school there, and they went on to they're in very successful careers and after their college. So I got to tell you, from my side of it, Manatee, high school cannot not only produces great athletes, but it produces great kids. And when I look at this event and working with Ken, and we had the opportunity to not just host the event, because in my job, I host a lot of events where the organizers come into town, and they bring in people from all over the country, and we roll out a little bit of the red carpet, and they have a good time, and then they leave. But this particular event is going to leave a lasting impression every year, and we're just so excited that Manatee is in the position to host this and to play host to all these fine teams, these fine parents, their athletes who are going to come to Bradenton. So I just want to thank everybody today and thank all the teams for coming. And fellas, when you get your folks down here, you're just going to have a great time. We can't wait to host you. So have a great day, and I'll turn it back over to Ken. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's meet our blue ribbon cast of coaches here. We'll begin with our host. Manatee High coach Joe Kinnan has won 253 games during his illustrious career. He's walked off the field victorious 80% of the time. He has guided the Hurricanes to 4 state championships in 6 appearances, and his teams have appeared in the state semifinal game 12 times. 3 Hurricane teams were ranked in the final USA Today Super 25 poll. Coach Kinnan was inducted into the Florida Athletic Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 1992 and into the Sarasota Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame in 2007. And to top it all off, he was voted one of the 12 coaches selected as part of the Florida High School Athletic Association All-Century Team. That basically means for the first century of high school football in Florida, this is one of the top 12 coaches in that first century. An amazing, amazing achievement. In recognition for all of his accomplishments, Manatee High plays its games on Joe Kinnan Field at Hawkins Stadium. Please welcome the coach of the host school of the Manatee Memorial Hospital Suncoast Challenge, Mr. Joe Canan.
Manatee High School had the great pleasure last year of working with Ken Halloy. For the first time ever, our school traveled out of state and went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to play in a four-game format, excuse me. Two schools from Florida, us and Cocoa, and two teams from Ohio came in and played four schools from Pennsylvania. Not only was it an exciting weekend of football, but it also was a great educational experience for our young people. You know, and that's what athletics is all about. It's not just about X's and O's or playing, but, you know, if they can learn some life lessons from having been involved in things like that, they've made memories that I think they'll keep the rest of their lives. I talked to Ken back in January, and he was looking again to put us in a situation where we had an opportunity to play somebody from out of state. At that time, I didn't realize they were going to be that good. You know, they lost some outstanding players last year. You know, I think they've been undefeated for like 3 years in a row, but their cupboard was not bare. They have a lot of really fine players back and a great coaching staff. As a matter of fact, the coach at Bergen Catholic is a former offensive coordinator for them. So you know he's been trained well by Coach Toll. So the only advantage that we got, we're hoping the weatherman cooperates, and it's about 90 degrees with 100% humidity or 99% humidity, and a heat index of about 109. You know, and because the heat in Florida is a little different, but whatever happens will happen. But our kids are excited about the opportunity to represent Florida football. We do have a fine group of players coming back. We have 8 starters back on defense, one of whom has been moved to offense for this year. There was a defensive back, and we have we think one of the premier quarterbacks in the state of Florida and around the country in Cord Sandberg, who will only be a junior, whose dad has coached with me since 1986. So, you know, anytime you have a really good quarterback, he's got a chance to put you in the right play and you know, do some good things for you. So we're hoping that we can get out there and we don't want to get in a scoring contest with him, but we hope our defense can play well and keep us in the game. And we're excited about those opportunities. And we certainly appreciate all you coming out today. And Manatee Memorial Hospital, we really appreciate what all they've done. And I've got many memories. I've been in this hospital, unfortunately, too many times as a patient. I've had surgeries and a lot of other things here. So basically my family moved here right before Manatee Memorial was built. Matter of fact, I had my tonsils out in the old hospital. There was a little house over on 9th. So, you know, we're really excited about their involvement, and I've known Vernon DeSears for many years and his family, and we're excited that they're associated with this set of games. Thank you.
Like Joe Canan, Don Bosco coach Greg Toll has compiled some ridiculous numbers as a coach. Entering his 27th season as head coach overall, Coach Toll has won 258 games, and he's walked off the field victorious 90% of the time during his career. Of his 14 state championships, 7 have come at Don Bosco, including titles in the last 5 seasons in a row. In 12 seasons at Bosco, his teams have only lost 10 games. Since 2002, Don Bosco has posted an overall record of 111-4. You heard that right. Its worst record during that span was in 2004, when they staggered to a 10-2 record. Don Bosco was named national champion by every recognized national poll in 2009, and Coach Toll was named the USA Today High School Coach of the Year as a result. His Ironmen teams have finished in the top 10 of the USA Today poll 4 times. Don Bosco enters the 2011 season on a 35-game winning streak, and as I said, is the consensus #1 team in the national polls and today's USA Today poll came out, and they're #1 in that poll as well. This may just have to be his best team yet, though, in order to beat Manatee, as it was only 2 short years ago when another consensus #1 team strolled into Manatee Stadium with a big winning streak. The locals here fondly recall Manatee's stirring 28-20 win over St. Thomas Aquinas in a state 5A semifinal game, which ended St. Thomas's 37-game win streak. With that said, certainly no one welcomes this type of challenge more than our next speaker. Please welcome Don Bosco prep coach Greg Toll.
Thanks, Ken. Well, I tell you, we're excited. We know how good football is in the state of Florida. Obviously, every year there's 150 Division I recruits that come out of the state of Florida, at least 150. So, Florida has been a great football, some of the best high school football in the nation year in and year out. It's real tough, hard-nosed football, and a lot of great athletes and great coaches. Just the opportunity to coach against a guy like Joe Canan. I mean, the field's named after him. I don't think that's ever happened where I've coached against another coach where the field was actually named after him, and that's a credit to what Joe has accomplished at Manatee, and that's so impressive. So we're happy to get this opportunity. It should be a great game, a lot of fun, and we're looking forward. I'm not looking forward to the heat though. You're right, Joe. It's going to be pretty hot. So hopefully, thanks for your hospitality. Ken's done a great job with everything, and again, we're looking forward to it, and it should be just a great football game. Thank you.
Let's move on to our second big game featuring Bergen Catholic against HB Plant High out of Tampa. Part of what you might find interesting about this game is both of these coaches took over their jobs with no prior head coaching experience. And when you find out what they've accomplished in such a short time, it is truly amazing. Let's begin with Nunzio Campanelli. Nunzio took over a storied Bergen Catholic program that had won 16 state championships over the years. 16. You got to wonder what Jack and the folks at Bergen were thinking when they hired this guy with no head coaching experience for arguably the most storied program in the state. Well, as Coach alluded to, as it turns out, Nunzio had been the offensive coordinator for the previous 10 years under Coach Toll at Don Bosco and played a big role in developing that juggernaut that is known as Don Bosco High School football today. So now Nunzio is in charge of Don Bosco's arch rival, and the future is looking great for the Crusader program. As I said, in his first season, Nunzio led him to 10 victories, and he lost only one team all season. That was the Don Bosco in the regular season and again in the state championship. Not that it ever really left, but Bergen football is back. Please welcome Bergen Catholic coach Nunzio Campanelli.
Thanks, Ken. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here representing Bergen Catholic. I really want to thank Ken Haloy for everything he's done to put these 2 games together. It's really going to be a tremendous event. I want to thank Manatee Memorial Hospital for everything they're doing. It's really, truly a great opportunity for our kids, and to be a part of these guys. These guys are obviously coaching legends, and just to have the opportunity to be here with these guys and to bring our team down here to compete in an event like this is really going to be an honor. I know it's going to be a life-changing experience for our kids, and I think that they're really excited about it, and I know they are. And we can't wait to come down and play the games because it's going to be a great weekend. So thank you very much.
Coach Robert Weiner took over the Tampa Plant High program in 2004, just 1 year after it won one football game. 2 years later, the Panthers advanced all the way to the region semifinals. In 2006, they went undefeated and won their first state championship. 2 more undefeated state championship seasons followed in 2008 and 2009. And last season, Plant advanced all the way to the state championship game. The Panthers have averaged 11 wins per season during Weiner's 7 years as coach. It probably should come as no surprise then that he was recently named the head coach for the East Squad in the nationally televised 2012 U.S. All-American Bowl. Please welcome Plant coach Robert Weiner.
Now, you really appreciate being here. We've had great relationship throughout the past several years with Coach Canan and Manatee, and had some great games. And I want to echo, what was said about not only Coach Canan and Manatee football, but just Manatee and in general in the Bradenton area. Every time that we've had an event with them, it's been true hospitality. And I think one of the things that hopefully this game will do with both the New Jersey teams, and I'm a New Jersey native as well, but both the New Jersey teams and the Florida teams is foster to all of our kids, a sense that competition at its highest level is something that brings about real camaraderie. The best players throughout the nation, there's a kinship between them. And I think any opportunity that you get a chance to get on the same field with some of the best players in the country, I think your kids can only be better kids because of that. And learn what it is to truly compete and compete in the true level of sportsmanship and compete in the true level of understanding that competition makes you better. I do know that if Coach Canan were to bring his Manatee Hurricanes probably over to Plant High School, one more time and beat us at our field again, they'd probably name our field after him as well under those circumstances. But we do look forward to the opportunity not only of playing Coach Nunzio over there and watching Don Bosco play as well, and being able to experience the best that New Jersey football has to offer, and really the best that football has to offer throughout the country. And in the end, for all of us, I think the most important thing is just the opportunity for our kids. That's what we're all here for. We're standing in front of a microphone today as coaches, but just trying to put our kids in opportunities where they have experiences of a lifetime, something that they'll remember forever, win or lose or whatever, putting their best foot forward and trying to do something great, trying to do something extraordinary. And that's where Ken has come in. He's allowed for this thing to happen and been persistent through any pitfalls or obstacles that come. And I really appreciate his leadership and, that here we get to the final product, his ability to get this amazing doubleheader underway. And we just look forward to it. We're real excited to get back down here to Manatee and play some great football. Thank you.
Folks, there you have it. The stage is set for the inaugural Manatee Memorial Hospital Suncoast Challenge. We look forward to seeing you on Friday night, September 16th, at the inaugural Manatee Memorial Hospital Suncoast Challenge.
Well, I think one of the things that you have to be able to do in the marketing efforts of your own organization as well as your community, and that is to be able to see what will benefit beyond an initial conversation or planning session. And I think what we saw in this was a long-term commitment. And what we are hoping will result in this is that this will be something that will occur over a long period of time. We believe in the efforts of our local high school football coaches and their athletic teams, and so our commitment to them is that we're going to be one of those businesses that steps out and says, hey, let's be a good example of what can happen when we all work together to showcase good athletes, good opportunities for character building and growth, and healthcare is important, and so is how we go about presenting and showcasing our young people.
I love this community, and the support we've had both from businesses and Manatee High School administration this has been about the easiest event I've ever done, quite frankly, around the country. Just the reception to high school football here, which is obviously driven by Manatee High, is just tremendous. Quite frankly, it's much stronger than I even ever imagined. So things are coming along beautifully. We're excited. Obviously, when you can showcase the #1 team in the country against another team ranked in the top 10 like Manatee, who's always up there in the national polls, it's a high school football fan's dream. Well, we had the good fortune of having Manatee come to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last year to play an event that I did there, and brought up another Florida team, Cocoa. And Coach Canan was obviously very satisfied with the results and had a wonderful trip. And so soon afterward, we talked about the idea of bringing something down here I have family living in the area, so personally I thought that would be a lot of fun. Who doesn't want to do something in Florida, period? So, especially on the Gulf Coast, and I've been familiar with the Bradenton area, again, because I have family down here. So, you know, a lot of what I do comes from that kind of thing. You have an experience with a school, and they get the idea of saying, gee, wouldn't it be fun if we could do that at our stadium? So that's kind of how it developed. And again, it's been tremendous. And again, for me personally, to have to say I did an event at Manatee High School, that's a real feather in my cap as far as making a statement to other folks as I continue to do this down the line.
Well, it's obviously it's a beautiful area down here. Just in so impressed with the area. It's it's exciting. Meeting Joe Canan. I guess he's a legend down here, and Manatee has very proud and a great football program. I guess 2 years ago they beat St. Thomas Aquinas. That actually gave us, we got to thank them for that, because that actually gave us the national championship in 2009. So, but they got a great program, and obviously Joe's a great coach, and very, very proud tradition down here. Hopefully we can come down here and be a heck of a game. Ken's done a great job. We were out in Ohio. We got a chance to play St. Ignatius out in Steubenville, Ohio. That was really exciting. It was well run. It was absolutely a great game. So that was a great opportunity. Everything was first class with Haloy Sports, and heck, we're happy to get this opportunity to play a team like Bradenton. And, so it should be quite an exciting weekend when we're down here, and we're definitely looking forward to it. It's kind of neat, living in New Jersey and getting an opportunity to play in a place like Tampa. So it's not too many high school teams get that opportunity. So we consider ourselves quite lucky.
Well, last year we were looking for an opportunity for our kids to go out of state and travel. He had a format up in Pennsylvania where they brought 2 Florida schools, us and Cocoa, who's won, I think, 3 state championships in a row in a different classification. And 2 schools from Ohio came in, and on a Saturday we had 4 games played at what was called the Wolverino. We played Woodland Hills, who was the host school. It's a very old stadium, but a very beautiful stadium that seats like 11,000 people, tremendous capacity. It was a great experience for our young people. It was an educational experience. A lot of them had never traveled on an airplane before, and it was a very exciting weekend. And it's something that I think we've seen happen more and more at the high school level.
Well, it's great to be here. I mean, we're excited about the Manatee Memorial Hospital Suncoast Challenge. It's a great collection of 4 teams. I don't know if you could put together probably 4 at one time, anywhere in the nation that are probably as exciting to watch as these 4 teams are. And, I just feel humbled to be in the presence of the rest of these coaches, legends, and young upstart like I am, and Coach Nunzio from Bergen Catholic, and we'll have a great battle amongst us, and the 2 legends can do battle in the other game, that'll go on before us. But it really is an exciting time. It's exciting to be down here in the state of Florida and down here in Manatee to be able to play this game, and hopefully the Sunshine State will get sunshine for our game, maybe to get it started, and but really have some great football out there for everyone to see, and most importantly, some great football for our kids to participate in. I mean, when they sign up to begin with, they sign up to be able to play in games like this.
Honestly, it's really an honor for our kids, for our program, and for me personally, to have the opportunity to compete in an event like this. It's really a first-class event, and I think it's going to be great competition between the 4 teams involved.